Hey guys, Michael Ketchum here, and I want to talk to you about my favorite way to invest in real estate, the BRRRR method. BRRRR stands for buy, rehab, rent, refinance, and repeat. In my investing career, I've done over $150 million worth of property at this point, including over 30 successful BRRRRs on everything from single-family rentals to commercial properties, from multi-small units to large commercial multifamily apartment buildings that are over 100 units. Each step of this process is unique, but I still believe it is the best way to create wealth. So let's talk about the most important step. Step number one, buy. You make your money in real estate on the buy. It is the one thing, in my opinion, that if you overpay for a property, you cannot dig yourself out of that hole. So how do I go about making sure I'm buying the right kind of deal? Well, we start with the end in mind. We figure out what the property is going to be worth at the end of the business plan. If this is a single family residence, it's going to come down to the comps that are selling in that same neighborhood that are similar type properties. If it's a commercial property, we're going to use what's called a cap rate. We're going to take the NOI, the net operating income, we're going to divide it by that market's cap rate, and that's going to give us our after repair value. That's how we determine the delta we have on the buy. Now, the second step, rehab. Rehab can mean a lot of things. It can mean fixing up the building and improving it. It can also mean just cleaning up operations. Whatever it takes to execute the business plan, that's what we do. We have a whole process, a large due diligence document, but we're looking for inefficiencies on that asset that we can use to make more efficient and make more money. Now, the second step is the rent step. This is where you're going to determine what kind of tenant and resident you're going to put into that asset, what kind of income they're going to pay. Well, I have some great tips on this. There's going to be a link below, but we use a great website like Rentometer, for example, where we'll go and determine the market rents for that asset. If it's a short-term rental, you can use Price Labs or you can use AirDNA plus a bunch of others. Either way, you really need to know what the market rent is for that asset before you go under and negotiate that buy price, right? Then we have the refinance. This often seems like the most intimidating step, but it's one of the most critical in the whole process. This is where you need to go to all of your different lenders, whether that's traditional, commercial banks or credit unions, or DSCR lenders, which stands for debt service coverage ratio, or commercial loan brokers like we use in our larger multifamilies. Either way, my advice is always to get at least 3 different term sheets out there to see the best option. There's a lot here to unpack. Might have to do a whole webinar on the whole series, but the refinance is a critical step. Then, where the magic really happens, the repeat step of the process. This is where you take all the equity you pull back out now as debt, so it's tax-free money, okay? Refinance, you pull that debt out, right? That comes back to you. You use that equity to now reinvest into your next property. So there you have it, the BRRRR method, step by step. Make sure you check out my page and join us on the upcoming webinar where I walk you through one of the 30 BRRRRs I have successfully executed with me and my team. And as always, bet on yourself.